Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to PWR today, Thursday morning, November 11th, 2021. It's 11/11/21. The man they call Meathead and Linda K. Linda, I hope you've been resting up your vocals. Thank you for joining us on a Thursday morning to talk a little Dynamite.
I'm excited. I don't get many Thursday mornings to discuss
It's
Dynamite.
Dynamite that you're here.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, we know that the Mott's is, he's at Luau right now, I
The
believe.
Mahdi. That's what we came up with. The Mahdi.
The Mahdi.
Matthew on the island.
That's true. That is true. So I'm here, excited to discuss Dynamite as the go-home Dynamite full gear. So I'm stoked.
Yep. Real quick, who sponsors us?
The tremendous Collar and Elbow. Make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Get the latest and greatest in wrestling street fashions. And once again, I'll mention it. It is holiday season. It is. It's already, you're seeing the ads already. Yes, for Christmas, Black Friday, the holidays in general. Stock up on some deals, on some comfortable and very fashionable wrestling street fashions, as I mentioned. collarandelbowbrand.com, and to save 10% off your order, use promo code LindaK. That's LINDAKAY to save a little extra cash.
Yeah, and don't forget, folks, as well, the man they call Meathead, growing out that mustache for his friends at the Movember Foundation, raising men's healthcare awareness. See, I put men and health together, MELF. Raising awareness for men's healthcare and raising money for prostate cancer research. Guys are stupid animals. We are very stubborn when it comes to our health and our mental health. So trying to raise awareness, head on over to Movember.com. In the description of the podcast, you'll see that there's a link to Collar and Elbow, and there's a link to Movember. If you want to donate to Movember.com, go ahead and use that link as well. And the man they call Meathead would definitely appreciate that. All right, Linda, you're going down to the Ville right after this podcast. I think you said you're on the road, right?
Yeah, I've got my bag packed. I'm literally going to grab my coffee and my bag, and I'm hitting the road back to the Ville for some OV dub tonight.
For our listeners, give me an idea what it's like to be in the car with Linda K from Milwaukee down to Louisville, Kentucky. What kind of music? What's the conversation if you are driving with someone else? And if you're not driving with someone else, is there a conversation? Are you talking to yourself, or do you got music and podcasts?
It's the latter, music and podcasts. So it's my time to, of course, no lie, catch up on all things wrestling news. Of course, listening to PWR today. Usually I'm listening.
So normally you'd be listening to Matthew and myself on the way down.
So I guess I'll have to listen to myself and you speak, when I'm driving.
Linda, watch out for that bird. Just kidding.
No, otherwise, a lot of rock and roll, baby. Otherwise, it is a mix of music. I find myself singing often, and I'm only singing out loud when I'm by myself. And that's only in the car or in the shower.
Right. And you know what? Being a voice person as I am as well, I got to ask you, with you doing all the work that you're doing this weekend, is that such a good idea? Because I've found that it actually worked for me because it was kind of like stretching, kind of like a pre-workout workout. When I used to go do voiceovers, I would actually sing out loud at the top of my lungs in the car until I got to the studio, and I was ready to go.
Ooh, I think I just have to perform the way I am when I arrive to an event, to a series of events. I definitely try to preserve my voice, knowing it's going to be a long weekend or a couple events in a row. But yeah, typically when we talk Monday mornings, my voice is gone for the most part, but that's at the end. And that's usually after, maybe a post-show, libation maybe, or I'm watching football, screaming at the TV, the usual.
All right. Well, we can get into the football. We can get into the post-show libations, but let's get into one very, very quick note. Great Lakes Championship Wrestling Blizzard Brawl. First 3 rows are sold out. I think there was only a couple seats left in the 4th row.
It's now sold out. We just have balcony.
Gone?
Yep, it's just balcony and general admission left.
Okay, so you guys got to get your tickets where you can get them. One more name has been added. I don't know if this is what pushed it over and sold out the 4th row. Gail Kim. Hall of Famer from WWE and Impact Wrestling. will also be at the show. So happy to see Gail Kim added to the card.
Yeah, I mean, seriously,
A
Blizzard
pioneer in
Brawl,
women's wrestling.
yes, Blizzard Brawl will sell out. I mean, the pace, the rate that it's going, I mean, it's going to happen fast. So lock in your tickets, blizzardbrawl.com, blizzardbrawl.com.
There you go. Perfect. Like I said, one bit of news, but we've got that handled. Let's talk Dynamite now. Linda, this is, you might talk AEW pay-per-views with me. You might talk some Rampage with me, but this is your first go, I think, on the Dynamite. So are you ready?
I am ready.
The show starts off right away with Bryan Danielson and Rocky Romero. Rocky Romero apparently coming out with best friends. There's Orange, there's Wheeler, there's Chuck Taylor. They mentioned that Rocky Romero, part of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's been added, the new friends have been added to his clique in New Japan. The winner of the match, Bryan Danielson, but this was a hard match. I want to ask you, my opinion is Bryan Danielson is wrestling too much. It looked like he was wearing makeup to cover bruises from the last couple weeks worth of matches. He still had a shiner on his eye too.
Yeah, I mean, while I feel he's looking in his best shape ever, yeah, he's had a lot of hard matches. And I've discussed this before. He's always the one to kick off Rampage, but last night we got him kicking off Dynamite as well. This against Rocky Romero, also a strong shoot wrestler, shoot fighter. I mean, these guys know their submissions, they know their holds, and they're out there just going at it. And you mentioned, is Daniel Bryan taking on too much right now? I mean, he's looking great. He's still performing.
He looks great, but he looks like he's been wrestling a lot. I can see it in his body.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got him. He's living up to what the wrestling fans expect of him, and that is to put on stellar matches. And I mean, for goodness sakes, he's kicking off.
We don't need a stellar match twice a week.
Yeah. So hopefully he's still, doing well physically. And obviously it looks it, so hopefully he is feeling that as well.
Linda, I have not heard this move called out by name in probably quite a few years, but I heard sliced bread called out a couple times. I have not heard sliced bread called out since Spanky. Brian Kendrick, the Brian Kendrick, had been wrestling on the WWE SmackDown side and the 205 Live side. Sliced bread, that is a move. Again, I love it. I just haven't heard it in forever.
Well, I mean, I think it's time to bring back some more nostalgic moves and nostalgic phrases, and let me get back to you on that to find some more.
Tony Schiavone heading to the ring so he can introduce the Inner Circle, and he was going to talk to him about their big Minneapolis street fight coming up. As Inner Circle are standing on the stage in a bowling pin formation with Jericho at the top, and then two behind him, and then three. They get attacked by the Dan Lambert and Top Team, and Top Team run a number on the entire Inner Circle. Here's what ends up happening. It looks like Dan Lambert's going to attempt a powerbomb through a table. Now, we say attempt because while everybody else, the commentators, will say it was a powerbomb, that was a pretty poor powerbomb.
It may not have gone quite as planned. Looks like Jericho was basically dropped to the table. I don't think Lambert really got any give on that powerbomb. But I don't think we really expect Dan Lambert to really show too much
well, Dan Lambert runs the team, but I assume he was a shoot fighter at some point in his life too.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's not used to contact.
Right. But I will say, it's funny you mentioned that. I was thinking, for these shoot fighters, they must have really been enjoying the use of the kendo stick, the garbage can, the tables, because this isn't something they normally get.
No, they know elbows and ears and heads and knees and feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
But they said that not only are they going to put Jericho through the table, they're going to have Dan Lambert make sure he taps Chris Jericho out too. And he got Jericho to tap. What an assist from Ethan Page's hand. They got him to tap. And then he did Jericho's pose on top of Jericho. Did you notice that?
I
did. Yeah, he did his pin pose on him. All right. Trios tag match. Anna Jay, Ty Conte. Even though if it were Tay Conte, it would make sense because Anna Jay has J on her butt. Ty Conte has Ty on her butt. And Thunder Rosa, again, I'm loving her more and more every week, taking on the team of Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel, not Reba. The winners, Anna Jay, Ty Kane, Thunder Rosa. Again, we might see some TBS tournament finals in this match, and we might see a new women's champion and the current women's champion. This was a great match, and it was greatly set up. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I mean, it kicked off with Ty, Anna, and Thunder Rosa all in coordinating gear. They looked great. I was thinking at first, just Anna Jay and Ty Conti looking like, their own tag team there. And then Thunder Rosa comes out in the hot pink as well. I thought they meshed really well. I loved how the match kicked off with Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, as everyone mentioned that this is something the fans have been waiting to see. While Britt Baker really didn't have too much action in this particular match, it was that nice flashback to their tremendous match. But all in all, I think this was great. There's lots of different rivalries coming out of this, or just possibly, like you mentioned, for the new titles. So I thought it went well, and it showed how Britt Baker may be a little scared of Ty Conti as she stepped back into, she could have helped Rebel, Reba. Yeah, no, Rebel, not Reba. No, Reba, not Rebel. Excuse me. Goodness.
What's the name of those shows at the air on AEW again?
Elevation and Dark Elevation.
Okay, so we both got one apiece.
Right. There we go.
Real quick, I want you to slow down. I just checked your speed, and you're going a little fast. Can you slow down, please? I know I'm talking to future Linda, but slow down. All right, yes. Moving on. That was for you listening to us later on today. Moving on, Anthony Bowens with Max Caster taking on Jungle Boy. Yo, I'm still not wrestling. My partner's getting the wins. But Max getting involved in this match a couple times. The winner of the match was Jungle Boy, but after the match, here's where the real action happens. Bobby Fish rushes the ring and attacks Jungle Boy. Now, I'm instantly thinking, why would Bobby Fish go to Jungle Boy? Oh, Jungle Boy's got a match with Bucks and Cole. Is Bobby going to acknowledge his relationship with Adam Cole? We come back afterwards, after the video package between Omega and Paige, and there it is, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks backstage. Adam Cole says, you know what, I'd like to officially introduce you to Bobby Fish. Of course, they know him, but the best line of the night, Linda, look, there's no disputing this. The Elite is the era of wrestling, or the era is Elite, or something like that. It was definitely plays on Undisputed Era. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, the AEW has done this a lot. I mean, we've gotten several recently released talent, formerly of WWE or NXT, that have come over, and this has been done several times. But it's a dig, and it's something that everyone just either, if it's really bad, cringes, meaning bad like in ooh, or just clever, funny, and this was a good one. Well played on the play on words there. Got a good pop out of that as well. And it was nice to see Bobby Fish and Adam Cole sharing the screen once again. And if all, plays out the way they see, looks like Bucks and Cole have a little edge going into this Saturday, having Bobby Fish on their side.
They do. Yep. All right. Wardlow takes on Wheeler Yuta, also having Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy out there as well. Wardlow with the big win on Wheeler Yuta. Now, after the match, Isaiah Cassidy and the Blade rushed the ring and attacked Cassidy and Taylor. At ringside throughout the entire night has been Matt Hardy, just sitting there, biding his time. And Matt Hardy comes out, hits Cassidy with the chair, and puts it around his neck. Hardy delivers the twist of hate with the chair around Cassidy's neck.
Hey, do you think Matt Hardy grabbed some cold brewskis like how John Cena did at WrestleMania when he was sitting at ringside?
Probably, because remember, John bought a ticket to the show because he didn't have a match.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Hey, never know.
Yeah, that twist of hate with that chair. Pretty brutal there, but it looks like Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy still have a lot of heat, a lot of beef going on, and that's just feeding into what we'll see at Full Gear.
Absolutely. When we come back from the break, they showed the video package already from Rampage, probably one of the best wrestling promos I've seen in a long time between Punk and Eddie Kingston. Well, when they get back from break, they're being separated in the parking lot. I did not realize that, again, I'm spacing on his name, Linda. I said it before off air.
Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt is a producer now in AEW, formerly of WWE as a producer, and a former X Division champion in Impact. Sanjay Dutt with AEW. Love to see him. He was only one of the guys, or he was one of the only guys in the back that actually had like a shirt and tie and a jacket on. So, give me more Kingston Punk, just angry and hot at each other. I'm eating it up.
Yeah, and getting footage of the both of them in the indie days, and that's just it really
that
helps.
footage from the indie days, that made me think of some Mid-American Wrestling, boy. I tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Carmine, I know you're listening. I miss those days. Mid-American Wrestling, him coming out, Pepsi sucks, Pepsi sucks, Pepsi sucks.
Yeah. It just gives more visual of what we already knew, or if we didn't know. I mean, the initial face off between Eddie Kingston and CM Punk that took place, saying, "I know you, you know me," or something along those lines. And
Right.
just every week we're getting more and more into the story, and even just stuff online, with that article with Eddie Kingston as well, just kind of putting things a lot more into perspective, and definitely excited for that one between him and Punk.
Tag match, Dante Martin and Lio Rush making his Dynamite debut. Remember, he has wrestled on pay-per-view before. He was in one of the casino matches against Lee Moriarty and Matt Sydal. Now, Martin and Lio Rush get the win. I think there's a lot to Lio Rush. I don't think he needs to wrestle as much, but I think him being the voice, the whisper in Dante Martin's ear is going to be a good thing.
Yeah, we know that Dante's brother is currently injured, but they didn't say he was, that they are the new Top Flight. But I mean, they were in matching
I think Lio Rush
gear.
can manage Top Flight when they come out.
Yeah, but they were in matching gear, high flying moves. We're going to see something neat here, a little bit of chemistry between the two of them, and not just Lio Rush being the talking piece. We're going to see some in-ring action and the chemistry with that.
I don't mind him wrestling, but I don't need him wrestling all the time either. So I think he's a once every 2 weeks kind of guy for me.
Gotcha.
Let him be the devil's advocate, the whisperer on the shoulder kind of guy. But when he has to get out there and work, let him get out there and work.
Right.
The Miro promo. Have you talked to my God? Does he tell you? Oh my God, Miro is another world right now with these promos that he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, AEW does such a great job with these promos that are just so deep and so heavy. And I'm saying deep, I mean, think about Malachi Black.
Yeah.
Of course, Miro last night. Even the stuff with MJF, those are more, I guess, with Malachi and with Miro, more on the darker side.
Right.
But
MJFs are more cocky and pretentious.
Right. Ooh, that should be a good one between him and Daniel Bryan. So
it's great. He's giving me chills just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I like it. He is just on another level right now. To be honest, I don't think it's a slam dunk for Bryan Danielson anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all thought it was, right? We all thought Bryan Danielson was a slam dunk to win this, but I don't know so much anymore.
Yeah, with Miro inserted in, I mean, this definitely changes the landscape for that.
Singles match with Dax Hardwood and Pac. I love the announcer's explanation of the fact that Tully Blanchard is allowed to go out with Dax, but Cash Wheeler is not. Tully Blanchard has a manager's license, so he can follow Dax Hardwood out. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, that is true. So, they do a great job at just really filling the blanks for a lot of things and educating us. Yes, many things are making sense, or just Excalibur. I mean, just the things that he mentions about New Japan and any other, at AAA and everything.
Excalibur slips every once in a while, but he's really good. He is really good. I feel that on Rampage sometimes when he's the only professional broadcaster and he's got 2 to 3 wrestlers on the commentary table with him, I think he loses control. But when it's him, Tony, and JR, I think he literally is taking the lead on that, even though JR, I feel, is the lead broadcaster. But, I mean, they're all play-by-play guys, 3 play-by-play guys, right? But when it's Rampage and it's just Excalibur and, say, Ricky Starks or Taz and Jericho and all that, I think he loses control.
I got you.
All right, after the match, this is the big deal here, and it all makes sense if you really think about it. After the match, Cash Wheeler comes out and attacks Pac, excuse me. Wheeler beats him down, and then the lights go out. Here comes Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. They're joined by FTR in the beatdown, and then here comes the Lucha Brothers and Cody Rhodes rushing out of the crowd. The reason the Lucha Brothers came down to help, that's Death Triangle. We don't talk about their name a lot, but Death Triangle, Lucha Brothers will always have Pac's back.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes
Absolutely.
sense.
Yeah, and even the recently announced match for Full Gear with Cody and Pac against, oh God, I need the visual here.
I think it's Andrade and Malachi.
Yes, thank you. I mean, this could have easily been two different singles matches, but let's make this a tag team match to add a little more element. I like it.
Amazing. Here's what was announced for Rampage. Matt Hardy will take on Orange Cassidy, but it's going to be a lumberjack match. Bobby Fish and Jungle Boy. Those are the two matches announced for Rampage. The buy-in before Full Gear, it's going to be Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa taking on Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose. And like you said, added for Full Gear, Andrade El Idolo and Malachi Black taking on Cody Rhodes and Pac. A video package for Darby Allin and MJF aired, which was, again, a very good work. I loved that the Dark Order and the Elite were forced to leave the building before the contract signing. I call into question, I'm very nitpicking here. I call into question Adam Page grabbing the mic and saying, well, you know, there's not much left to say. Then why are you on the microphone? that's just me, right? If there's not much to say, sign it and move on. Mm-hmm. Kenny grabs the mic and he kind of runs him down, and Kenny carries the promo here. The cameraman, you called it out. I thought it out as well. Boy, there's a cameraman in the ring. That's just a weird spot. Oh, yep, there it is. Mm-hmm. Boom, hit with the camera. Goatee comes off. It is Don Callis. We haven't seen Don in 5 weeks. He explained he's been hiding in his basement, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Perfect. I love it. Linda.
Yeah, that's just so funny, too. I was like, why is the cameraman in all these shots? You know, it's right in front of us. We say this all the time. It's right in front of you, and it didn't hit me quite literally until he hit.
Until he hit
with the camera. But yeah, well done. I mean, you have Kenny Omega shaking his hand and saying he's proud of him again.
Hangman's blood.
And in the
Which is gross, by the way.
Yeah. And I couldn't really make out his signature, but I'm going to guess it says Kenny Omega on there. But yeah, well done. We got Don Callis back, and that just puts Kenny more, you know, as a favorite. Really. Yeah. But that was, again, well done. And the camera thing, I'm surprised. I laugh now, like I didn't even think.
Because it was right in front of us the whole time.
Mm-hmm. But that just, boom. Great way for the Go Home Dynamite show to end. Going to Full Gear. Absolutely.
Well, Linda Kay, I know that you're driving now. I don't know what part of Illinois or Indiana you're in as we speak right now, but again, I want you to watch out for, the tractors. I want you to watch out for just random people getting in the way. I appreciate you taking the time to do the show before you left.
Yes, and everyone, tune in to OVW, see what happens tonight live. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. You'll see
Davis Arena, right?
Yes, Davis Arena in Louisville, Kentucky. You will see the Fanny Pack Party in action tonight as well. You know, our pal. Oh, see, there we go again. Our pal Cal. Yes, in action as well. So a lot of things bring for that. We've got OVW Thanksgiving Thunder in 2 weeks as well. So things are shaping up for that huge event Thanksgiving week as well.
Great. And again, Cal's got to be mentally preparing for that shot at the OVW National Championship.
Yes. Tune into it all. Fight
Spectacular.
TV. Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry. OVW Fight TV every Thursday night. And then, as recently announced, as you just said, Cal's going to be facing OVW National Champion Jesse Goddard. So a lot for him to kind of put into play here these next couple of weeks.
The kid's out there working. That's what we want to hear. So. Speaking of working, I'm working on letting us go. Linda, thank you again for stopping by this morning. We'll talk to Matthew Thomas tomorrow, and we'll get you set up for Rampage. We'll get you set up for Full Gear. and we'll give you details on how you can watch Full Gear, not even at home. Maybe you can go to a theater and watch it as well. So for Linda Kay, the man they call Meathead, hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.